Hello my friends, and welcome back to our continued blind let's play of Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and we're here in case number 5, Turnabout Revolution, as we interrogate Maya, which seems really bad, as I find it weird how we went from saying poor kid about Freya to now saying poor Maya, because she always seems to end up in a dicey situation. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. Really quick, I want to give a shout out to Tamanekio7552. That's the one I was talking about yesterday with the prosopagnosia. I could not find your name. I'm sorry when I mentioned you during the video, but thankfully you posted on the last episode, and it's I didn't expect that. So yeah, I'm really glad you did, so I could give you a proper shout out and go back and read their post talking about the similarities of real life prosopagnosia and in-game version. But yeah, it's just really cool to see something that you never knew about and see it in a game, and then not only see it in a game but realize, oh, this is something that actually does exist, and be able to spread awareness of that. I think is pretty dang cool. So thank you so much for posting about that. I really do appreciate you. But with that said, we are back with this case. If we're right, then there must be some sort of proof to back us up. Time to do some serious thinking, Apollo Justice. Okay, we know that when Rafa saw her father, he wasn't dressed like Miss Fey, right? Right, because if he was, Rafa would have immediately known he was being channeled. So that means, how does this help us? He was dressed in his usual suit when Rafa saw him. Aha! Good thinking, Apollo. This might be a perfect angle to attack bomb. How? All right, let's have an answer from the defense. What proof do you have that Miss Maya Fey channeled Justice Minister Inga? I have no idea. Am I gonna get stuck again? I have been stuck so many times in this case. It is absolutely crazy. Okay, it has to do with the way he's dressed, right? Could it have been the gemstone? Could it have been the photo of the body? Because this does show how he was dressed. Doesn't really show how he was channeled, though. Could it have been... Could it have been the notepad? I mean, we already chose the crime photo before. Did I just save? Let me just save this picture. And how does that prove she channeled the minister? Oh, about that. Psst. Mr. Wright, why are you whispering? How long before they call my bluff? What? And what makes you think your bluff was a call from the very start, one devil? Nothing, Your Eminence. Usually they give me some sort of clue here, though. Keep this up, defense, and we will be casting you off the bluffs. Pony. Alright, okay. That me getting that wrong, actually worth it. Yes, I agree. That made that actually worth it. Ow, I better think this through again. Even if Miss Fey had channeled Inga, she still would have had to change into his clothes to compare her disguise. If so, where did Inga's clothes go after she changed out of them? So going back to what I just said, if we're looking at clothes, you either have this or this, right? I mean, there's no other evidence. Yeah, there's no other evidence that talks about his clothes at all. She burnt the clothes. Is that it?
Take that!
Is that a gemstone? We found this among the ashes on one of the tomb's incense burners. Does this gemstone ring any bells, Your Eminence? What? What was that doing in the tomb? Ah, so you do recognize it. But then, as his wife, how could you not recognize this gemstone button from your husband's jacket? I don't get where you're going with this. Channeling Minister Inga alone wouldn't be enough to fool someone like Princess Rayfa. Especially if you were wearing your clothes. So you would have had to change into the minister's clothes before channeling him. Miss Fey, you used the minister's clothes as cover while going from his room to the tomb. But you burned them once you no longer needed them. What? Uh-oh. She seems generally surprised by that, Apollo.
Objection!
Miss Fey? Yes? Do you know my husband's name? It was, Inga Khura'in, right? So she knew her name, she knew her face. That is correct, in part. But there's more, much more. Inga Kakul Hakar whoa, sorry. Oh. Now that's a name. Inga Kakira Kadis Nambiani Raka Oma Pompas Dainit Aleti is Karin the Third. So she didn't know his whole name. Therefore, she couldn't have channeled him, right? That is his true name. Could it be any longer? Due to its length, only a portion of it was ever made public. So, Miss Fey, did you know his true name? No. I mean, how could I? Precisely. Yet a medium must know both the face and true name of the one she seeks to channel. Which means you're the only one who could have done it. Arg! So then, Miss Fey couldn't have channeled Mr. Inga. That's what I've been saying this whole time, you idiot! Why would I want to randomly channel some old guy I don't know? I didn't like thanks to that last trial. I can't believe this. Apollo, I really don't think Maya's lying. However, your line of reasoning still seems credible to me. I agree, but there's something tipping us up in the details. Maybe we're working off some of the wrong assumption again. Apollo? I was thinking... Yes? Since I didn't channel Mr. Inga, is it possible that someone else did? Someone else? But who else could it have been? Obviously the person right across from you, come on! I haven't thought that far yet. Such chatter is without merit. Let's move on, shall we? Irk. I don't care what Khura'in says. I'm going to figure this out. If it wasn't Miss Fey, and the Queen has an alibi then... Wait. I just had a very, very weird thought. I'm wrong about how many people can channel. To be queen, don't you need the ability to channel? And if that's so, there's more than one queen. There's Garan, and then there's Amara. And if Amara is alive, couldn't Amara have channeled someone? And I think I said before, if Nayna is Amara hiding in secret, then couldn't that have been the opportunity? But then wouldn't Garan recognize Amara? And wouldn't that not work? I don't know. I just feel like there's another shoe to drop here, and I don't know what it is, but I think that saying there's another channel out there gives me more possibilities. But why would Amara kill Inga? Wouldn't it be more likely that Amara and Inga would work together to overthrow Garan? But what if Garan knew about this and that's why she had Inga killed? But if that's true, then it would have to have been Garan channeling Inga all along, or Dhurke in some way. I feel like I feel like I've assembled a 999 piece puzzle and someone stole my last puzzle piece. And I don't know what that puzzle piece is, and it's driving me crazy. If it wasn't Miss Fey, and the queen has out by then, but then again, I could have also assembled a one-piece puzzle. I mean, I could have assembled one piece out of 1,000 pieces and been missing 999 pieces, which is very possible. Apollo, forget about who is capable of channeling spirits for a second. Hey! I mean, it's like the game is hearing my thoughts as I'm speaking them. I should consider the circumstances around the channeling, right? Right. We know Rafa saw her father come running out of his private quarters. If he was being channeled at the time, who could it have been? It had to have been someone who was in Inga's private quarters. Well, I'm waiting the fence. And you know how much I despise waiting. Yes, but there is someone else beside Miss Fey who could have channeled Miss Inga. There's just one more person, and they were in Inga's private quarters. Hey, maybe this is... I hate you, game. I hate it when I feel like I figured something out and I feel really, really smart, and then they just like dash everything that I figured out by saying, oh, well, if you just waited like 2 more minutes, you know, we would have gotten to this anyway. I don't feel smart then. I feel smarter when I figure something out like an hour in advance or 2 hours in advance. That person is the only hope now. So, the defense please, there was another. Let's have your very serious answer then. With pleasure. Horn Devil, who could have channeled Mr. Inga? Now, if I'm right, that you don't have an Amara portrait, does that instantly tell you that something's wrong here? But if I'm right that Amara is Nayna, then Nayna could have done it. Take that! Nayna. Yeah, I'm gonna say it yourself. That's right. Nayna never did go into that tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. How do you know? It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belong to Nayna. And then there's her benevolence statement. She said that Nayna disappeared right after she entered Mr. Inga's private quarters. The room which Mr. Inga himself came running out of not long afterwards. You are not seriously suggesting. It's the only thing that makes sense. Nayna channeled Miss Inga and left his private quarters thereafter. That's why no one has seen her since. And why the minister's shoe prints were found outside why only the minister's shoe prints were found outside the residence. Ah, no way! That's got to be it. Nayna must have somehow channeled the minister. All of the circumstantial evidence has fallen into place. You can't ignore it anymore. You can't claim Nayna isn't connected to this somehow. In light of this, the defense calls Nayna to the stand. Isn't she missing? Ah, the dots. Well, Your Eminence. Very well, then. Let us call Nayna to testify. Yes, now we can finally crack this case wide open. Let us adjourn while the witness is summoned. Isn't she missing, though? There is no need. Nayna is in the waiting lobby. How the heck is she there? What? Nayna's here? I thought she got missing. Exactly. It seems she was feeling simply unwell and wished to rest undisturbed. But a concern for Rafa brought her here today. She took time off without Rafa's knowledge or consent? I'm betting there's more to her disappearing act than meets the eye, Apollo. Hello. Miss Nayna, do you understand why you have been summoned here today? Yes, of course. Her Eminence has informed me that this man has suspects I have committed a crime. So this is Nayna. It's quite the hairdo. Though I will say... I suppose I'm not as old as I thought. If this horned head nincompoop would take me for a criminal. The nincompoop? Isn't that Rafa's favorite insult? Yeah, it is. I guess Nayna rubbed off on her with all the time that they spend together. You there, young horned head. Yes? You're accusing me of slaying Miss Inga and channeling his spirits, yes? Oh, what an active imagination you have. Young folks are so wonderfully open-minded. Ha ha ha, thanks? Just take the compliment, Justice. Now then, will the witness please proceed with her testimony? The court wishes to know if you did or did not channel Ms. Inga in his private quarters. Witness testimony. I'm no spirit medium, Messiah. I love that one. That's a great. That is great right there. I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Khura'in. After Queen Amar's passing, Her Eminence, Queen Khura'in, is the only spirit medium left. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass, Maya Fey. Unless you are royalty. Maybe I do feel a little bit smarter with connecting that she may actually be Amara. Maybe I can take that as a dub. We'll see. And there you have it. It seems we have summoned her for nothing. Only those of the real bloodline have the power of spirit channeling. That a servant such as Nayna could channel spirits is a most unamusing jest. On the surface, anyway. But a line of reasoning has led us to this end. But a line of reasoning has led us to this end that Nayna channeled Inga's spirit. When they went to her, I thought it was her speaking. Alright, the defense made no question. The witness. I'm no spirit medium, Sonny. I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones. Hold it! I'll be stalked, stole your hat when you were in the courtyard yesterday afternoon. Was it after that you decided to take a rest? I have been feeling unwell all day and have pushed myself too hard. I kept feeling weak and dizzy, and that dirty mongrel only served to worsen my condition. Well, I sympathize with you, Nayna. You took the whole day off without informing Princess Rayfa. She was very worried about you, you know. How very kind of her benevolence. But she need not concern herself with the welfare of a mere servant such as I. Except to Rayfa. Nayna is not just a mere servant. She's like a mother figure. To even think a mere commoner could channel spirits or slay a minister, what hogwash. Is it possible? No, it's not possible. Is it possible? I just had a thought. Is it possible that Rayfa could be Amara's daughter instead of Khura'in? And the reason I say it's not possible is because of the year difference. But then again, if Amara's always been alive, it's very possible that Inga could have had, you know, with Amara while being with Khura'in. I mean, there is a picture here that shows they did seem to love each other, right? And there's also a picture here that shows Amara with a baby. Now, that baby could actually be us. No, because Apollo's mom is not Amara. And we know Apollo's dad, that's this guy. Jove. So could this be Freya in this picture? Just say Freya. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's possible, right? Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium. I hear the head servant, isn't that right? Are you suggesting that my position affords me the ability to channel spirits? Since you're the head servant to a family of channelers, I'd say it's plausible. If you wanted to, it's not impossible for you to learn through exposure. I think not, for that goes against the very underpinnings of the kingdom of Khura'in. To become a spirit medium requires a noble spirit and vigorous training. But most importantly, one must be a direct descendant of the founder. It's not simply some hobby one can take up in the manner of knitting or gardening. So commoners can never become a medium, no matter how hard they tried? That is common knowledge to all who are born and raised here, young horned head. Does that mean that Maya? How does that work with Maya then? Right? Because she's... Do we know Maya's mom? I don't know. That is common knowledge to all born and raised here, horned head. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Khura'in. Hold it! Okay then. What if you actually have royal blood in your veins, Nayna? Like a distant relative or something. I am from a line of humble fishermen, all the way back to my grandfather's grandfather. I've never heard talk of royal blood or noble ancestry. Apollo. If spirit channeling is a secret art passed down from mother to daughter, then even with a royal ancestor, it'd be impossible to learn without the right training. It's as the bad one says. It also must be mentioned that this secret art is only taught here in the kingdom of Khura'in, in the country's Khura'in village. Why aren't things falling into place like I expected? Because it's Ace Attorney. Things always gotta be complicated. And that's why I love Ace Attorney too. I would ask the witness to continue her testimony. After Queen Amar's passing, Her Eminence Queen Khura'in is the only spirit medium left. Hold it! Queen Amar was the victim of an assassination, right? But she didn't die. Yes, oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul. But she fell in love with a man of dubious origins and was murdered in a terrible blaze. Fate can be so cruel. Except she's actually still alive. Poor Nayna's yet another follower unwittingly praying over an empty sarcophagus. Amar, the queen has been locked away and her existence in this world erased. But the fact that she is still alive shackles Nayuta to Khura'in's will. Nayuta, the only reason you're still standing there by that woman's side is because you're afraid of what would happen to Amar otherwise, right? We need not recount such ancient history. Let us continue with the witness's testimony. Or that baby could also be, Nayuta. The baby. That picture shows, because the assassination happened, right? This picture shows that she's still alive. And if she's still alive, that means there's another person alive. And that last statement then here shows this is false. Okay, well, let's continue on now. If you believe a medium to be a culprit, it would have to be the young lass, Maya Fey. Hold it! Miss Fey was being held hostage. She was completely tied up and didn't even know Miss Inga's true name, making it impossible for her to kill or channel him. Bah, I know nothing of that. Objection! Listen, Johann Devil. Were you not just insisting that it was Maya Fey who had channeled Minister Inga? My, how quickly you change your tune. No, I'm just quick on my feet when new information presents itself. I'm also quick to force my biggest smile when times like these demand it. It's great that you're following my advice, Apollo. But try not to look too forced while you do, would you? Nayna is right about one thing, though. Only those of royal bloodline can be spirit mediums in Khura'in. Common folk like us are out of luck. Yeah, I guess so. Still, I think I'll finally be close to connecting all the dots. All the dots! Once I find out one very big thing out. Okay, so I think we know what to do here. Because this is a contradiction. She is not the only one still alive because we have a picture of someone else who's alive who can be a spirit channeler. Okay, so I presented what makes sense in terms of direct contradiction. Except I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of this case. Yeah, I kind of feeling unless she is Amar. Well, is the defense going to follow up its led objection with its own explanation? Oh, sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nayna's testimony. Come on. She asserted that she could not possibly be a spirit medium because, in Khura'in, only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits. I fail to see the problem in that statement, Defense. Hold on, I'm getting to it, Your Majesty. Nayna stated in absolute falsehood. Since we know that Amara is still alive. Yep, we know that Amara is still alive. That is a definite thing. At the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nayna channeling Inga. After all, she just entered just after she entered his private quarters. Inga came running out screaming, despite having been killed at 2 p.m. That would mean that Nayna channeled Inga. Even though supposedly only those of the royal family are capable of doing so. Wait, is it too late to ask for a refund on my trip back down the rabbit hole? Mr. Wright, you may think I've lost my mind with this block, but if I can at least establish the possibility, I think it'll give us a break we need. Wait a sec. Are you going to propose what I think you are? Yes, it's a huge risk, but I think there's a chance I can prove it. Will the court please take a look at this photo? This photo's very existence, to say nothing of the person in it, contradicts the witness's claim that Queen Khura'in is the only remaining spirit medium in Khura'in. Devil, you mustn't! Oh, but I must. Under these circumstances, the outcome of this trial depends on it. But you already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence? Will the defense please explain who is shown in this photograph? The person in this photo is the previous queen, Amara Sikatar Khura'in. Contrary to popular belief, she was never assassinated. In fact, she's very much alive. But that's nonsense. Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty. The mark of the dragon right on it could have only been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination. Queen Amara's still alive? Has the boy gone mad? While I personally find it hard to believe, I will allow the defense to continue. You may proceed, defense. Queen Amara's death was staged to keep her safe from the would-be killer. Yet, according to Dhurke, she is actually being held captive somewhere. But the real truth is that Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Rather, she walks freely among us. Here in this very courtroom today. But how? Yeah, you can say all you want, but it's not going to change the facts, buddy. Do not be deceived, Your Majesty. The red pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies. It is a cunning lordly art known as bluffing. But knowing this, there is no need to fear his forked tongue. Objection! That's where you're wrong, prosecutor. Because you'll be quick in your boots soon enough. Is that so? It's my turn, Nayna, to wake you up to the truth before your very eyes. Queen Amara is still very much alive and has disguised herself as... Okay, well, I mean, I did predict this maybe an hour before it happened. But it still feels like... I don't know. I mean, I'm going to claim the W on this one. I'm going to claim the W. I predicted this. I'm going to say, yeah, I earned this one. Heck, I've had a lot of L's in this trial. I'll take it. Take that! Khura'in, I'm right. Okay. But that's... This is the simplest and cleanest explanation for everything we've covered so far. The person who killed Minister Inga. Someone with intimate knowledge of the Divination Séance. The medium who channeled the minister in order to mask the real time of his death. Condense these traits into one person, you get a spirit medium of royal blood. And that person is none other than you, Nayna. Your true identity is the former Queen Amara and the killer we've all been looking for all along. What? Have you finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice? What you say is beyond blasphemous, even in the depths of hell. Oh my, such frightening allegations. Indeed, and absolute ludicrous to boot. I like the music here. Music is awesome. Her Eminence Queen Amara yet lives? It is actually Miss Nayna here. You have truly gone off the deep end. You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, a certain someone can help me prove it. Your Eminence. A Queen Amara truly is dead. You should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now. Isn't that correct? Ooh. I can't deny it no longer. The lawyer speaks the truth. Nayna, the woman who stands here before us, is Amara, the former queen believed to have perished 23 years ago. Pogunga! Finally. We finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. But, Nayna, no. Amara Sikata Khura'in. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened. Are we gonna get a change here? Oh, dearie me. I guess I should have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young horned head. Huh? Yep, we are getting a transformation. Awesome music. Wow. She is beautiful. Whoa. I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It has been far too long since I last greeted you, good people of Khura'in. It is I, Amara Sikata Khura'in, your former queen. Queen Amara? What? Maybe that's how we can beat. Maybe this is how we can beat her. We can beat her by having our own queen on the side. And I thought Goran's makeover was extreme. 2 point on that. Can it really be true? You were alive and well? It is true. I feel as I have been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I have caused you all a great deal of distress. So ho 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 ho. Amara! I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. I hope you can forgive me. It is quite alright, Khura'in. I am safe now. But Dhurke, the blackguard who threatened my life, will be recaptured soon enough. I need not conceal my identity any longer.
Queen Mara, what does this all mean? Were you not killed in that fire 23 years ago?
I barely escaped that blaze with my life. But though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. Therefore, I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear young sister Khura'in.
But the building of that great tomb, and disguising yourself as a lowly servant, why would you do such a thing?
Khura'in, I would have you explain. I wish for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I felt I could protect her. And it was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, you could conceive of a mother lowering her station to that of a servant. She's got that right. Even Dhurke thought Amara was being held captive in some far-off place. He never even guessed she was living as a servant right in plain sight. I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is a quiet, humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. Ah, but those days of peace have ended. And it's all because of you, Hornhead. You should consider yourself lucky. It's all that this ends with. If there is something you wish to say, then say it. It doesn't matter who you are. You won't escape the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inga's real killer. Why would she do it?
What's this? You would accuse Queen Amara of homicide.
Or regicide. Ah! No. Regicide means you kill a king or queen. Technically speaking, Inga is prime minister, right? Or minister of justice. He's not actually a king. Even though he's married to the queen, he's not actually a king.
A grand princess of Khura'inism. You can't do that. She's virtually a goddess in the eyes of her people.
If you commit the crime, you better be ready to do the time. Be you a priest, saint, queen, or god?
I never met such an egalitarian person.
Queen Amara. In years disguised as Nayna, you would have learned about Mr. Inga's disorder. So you knew you could dress in Dhurke's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right? Ho 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 ho. What a curious character you are. You would label me a murderer. Me, the one who the people regard as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself. You may be a grand figure in Khura'inism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect to me. It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul?
Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The lawyer not knows what he speaks.
Fear not, good Magistry. For this is the secret hall of justice. Though I am a grand priestess on this island, on this stand, I am but a witness like any other. I shall face his accusations with grace and benevolence.
Your compassion overfloweth your mercifulness.
Oh, young lawyer. In my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw.
Huh? There's a flaw?
Nayuta.
Yes, your mercifulness.
Who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered?
Dhurke Sahdmadhi, Maya Fey, and the victim, Minister Inga. I see. It is a fatal flaw indeed. It appears Queen Amara could possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga. Well, maybe the reason that she went missing is because she was hiding in the sarcophagus. The sarcophagus is empty, right? What? Why not?
Do not keep the defense waiting, Nayuta. Explain how wrong he truly is.
Yes, your mercifulness.
Her benevolence, Princess Rafa, saw Minister Inga enter the tomb around 2:30 p.m. Yet you, the defense, claim the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb, then once she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and been left stuck in the tomb.
Oh yeah.
Had she tried to exit before you all arrived? Princess Rafa, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort. In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed.
What is she? Like I said, what if she didn't leave the tomb?
And yet, she was there in the tomb when the murder was discovered, defense.
No, she wasn't.
Now, do you see? Your flimsy claim has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood.
Ah!
Well, that was entertaining, Gyakuten Saiban. Assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name.
You wish for me to take over?
Yes. Prosecute your father to save your mother.
Right, I guess we always knew that Nayna was. Anyway.
What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it you must. Are you ready?
Yes, Your Eminence. And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of this sacred hall to your authority once more.
Oh, thank you, Your Eminence. Now then, Your Mercifulness, your testimony, if you please.
Well, that's good that she's bowing out. Means we're not gonna get any sending guilty to stuff, right? The lawyer's theory is absurd. I love the names. Now I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling. My husband Dhurke is the killer, but he has fled from the sacred hall. May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Dhurke Sahdmadhi for his crimes. Okay, there's not a lot there, so that's good.
Oh, such a marvelous testimony. You are truly a treasure, Your Mercifulness.
This too is but by the grace of Her Holiness. No doubt my unmasking here today was her will as well.
Oh my. The Holy Mother, you say?
Yes, surely Her Holiness has guided me to the witness stand. Okay. Alright, whatever is happening here. And the purity of truth.
Oh, how magnificent! Queen Amara, the Holy Mother's messenger here on earth.
Praise be for Queen Amara, blessings, blessed upon and mercifulness. Oh, we said there's no lions, but we didn't say there's no tigers. Where did those animals even come from?
Now then, the defense may question the witness. But remember, she is a Grand Priestess, so disrespect will not be tolerated. That means no pointing out conflicts, inconsistencies, or other flaws in her testimony.
So, what, don't do anything? The lawyer's theory is absurd. Oh, there were 5? I didn't think there were 5. That went by pretty quick. Now I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. My theory is utterly absurd and barbarous? And high-handed, if I may say so. Nayna was right to call you putrid-minded. Surely even the monkeys among pony ponies, holy waterfalls could devise a better theory.
Surely you can steal better insults than Nayuta's best.
Now then, to all you gathered in the sacred hall, need I remind you? I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder.
Well, maybe. You were hiding inside the sarcophagus.
Exactly. That's what I said.
After all, it does technically belong to you. I bet you have no trouble opening it.
If I had been in there, I could not be here today.
Okay, that kind of blows a hole in my theory. Because, yeah.
For the tomb has been under constant surveillance since the murder. I would have never been able to leave.
I guess not. Does explain why she went missing though. If I might ask, what's in that sarcophagus anyway? You're still alive, so.
There is despair, sadness, hatred, and malice. Only one brave enough to see the truth hidden deep within. Could discover the final hope, my continued corporeality.
You completely lost me.
In other words, it's empty. But no one dared to open it because they were too scared of the curse. Now, will you dispense with your theory? It is as empty as my sarcophagus. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling.
Hold it!
I'll admit, you weren't in the tomb after the murder.
Very good. But that very truth refutes your theory. Even if I had channeled Minister Inga and entered the tomb, the moment I ceased channeling him, I would have re-emerged at the crime scene.
Precisely.
As you said yourself, Defense, Queen Amara was not there after the murder. The only living souls in the tomb at the time was Dhurke Sahdmadhi and Maya Fey. Ugh. But yet in this life or the next, there is no escaping such simple truths. My husband Dhurke is the killer, but he has fled from the sacred hall.
Hold it!
There must be a reason why he had to make his escape today.
A reason? Perhaps.
Perhaps what?
Perhaps to conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life.
What's this?
Objection!
No, it's definitely not like that, your mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago.
That was only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me, you must believe me. It was my duty to, as a wife to a husband, to bend an ear to him, was it not? Communication after disagreement. It is the secret to a long and happy marriage.
Sure, I guess. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
Don't ask me. That is why I listened to Dhurke. However, he didn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. It grieves me to admit it, but my husband truly did try to murder me.
That's quite enough. It's abundantly clear that Queen Amara's testimony is flawless.
Oh, ho, ho. Do you understand now, lawyer?
This is bad. The judge isn't going to let me cross-examine her much longer.
Amara should have been in the tomb after the minister's murder, but she wasn't. I don't get it.
How did she just vanish from the scene of the crime like that? It shouldn't be possible for normal people to... For normal people... Aha! Maybe.
Maybe what?
Your Majesty, I think I can explain why Queen Amara wasn't there in the tomb after the murder. Very well, Defense. Do explain. I believe it was accomplished through a method only she is capable of. And by using a special method, it would be possible for her to literally disappear. Well, don't keep us waiting. Let's hear it. How did Queen Amara disappear from the tomb? Well, based on what he just said, something only she can do. She clung to the top. She's Spider-Man, Judge. All she had to do was channel someone. Then she could easily disappear from the scene of the crime. After all, she would literally be someone else. What? I believe that actually makes sense. This is so complicated and I love it. What do you have to say to that, Queen Amara?
Do you believe that I, a grand priestess, would use the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit murder?
Whoa! What the? That was scary. Eek! Mercy, your mercifulness! Judge just got the heck out. I don't blame him. How dare you use such vile blasphemy, Defiant? You will retract your last statement or face immediate execution.
No, good majesty. It is quite alright. Khura'in also teaches that we must respond at all times with reasoned principle. Therefore, I shall offer a measured response to this blasphemous accusation.
You have something to counter with?
Indeed. Now, are you listening? It would not have been possible to simply vanish by means of spirit channeling. After all, it would require a deceased person to channel. However, there was only one murder victim in the tomb. And that was Miss Inga. The only others there right after his murder were Dhurke and Miss Fey.
Ah.
Had I channeled Inga as you allege, well, the outcome would have been quite odd to say the least. For there beside the dead minster, a living breathing one would have appeared. Even if I had been in that tomb, there was no one to channel except the deceased minister. So you see, I could not have vanished by means of spirit channeling.
That's true, but I can't rule it out yet. Because, well, what if there was another victim? Someone we haven't yet identified yet.
How absurd.
If you channeled someone other than Miss Inga, you could have used their identity to spear from the tomb. Ah, clever. Another victim. Queen Amara. Please add your last statement to your testimony. This could explain everything. Wasn't there some other sign of victim there in the tomb? Yeah, there was that blood, right? And yet, why do I sense I'm not going to like what I'm about to find out?
Minister Inga was the sole victim. There was no other spirit to channel until he was dead.
Hold it!
What if there was another victim besides Ms. Inga?
What on earth could you mean? The only body found in the tomb was the minister's.
Yeah, but, Amara's counter-arguments are too spot on for us to rebut. Actually, there is one possibility. What's the matter, Apollo? It's one heck of a face you're making. Oh no, it's nothing, really. And yet, that means... You know the only thing I don't like about this case so far? This case makes Phoenix Wright look not very smart. Because Apollo's doing all the work, and Phoenix just say like, okay, well, what do we do next? It would have been better, in my opinion, if, you know, the first day we had Apollo, and then the second day we had Phoenix. You know, sort of switch the protagonists, you know, in the trial. That way, each one of them gets a chance on the spotlight. Because Phoenix seems like an afterthought here. I don't know. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
My husband Dhurke is a killer, but he has fled from the sacred hall.
Hold it!
There must be a reason why he had to make his escape today.
A reason? Ah, perhaps.
Perhaps what?
Perhaps to conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life.
What's this?
Objection!
No, it's definitely not like that, your mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago.
That was only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me, you must believe me. It was my duty as a wife to her husband. To bend an ear to him, was it not? Communication after disagreement is the secret to a long and happy marriage.
Sure, I guess.
What do you think, Mr. Wright?
Don't ask me. Oh, I've already read this line. My bad.
May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Dhurke Sahdmadhi for his crimes.
Hold it!
The Holy Mother is going to judge him?
Within the doctrines of Khura'ism, we are taught that upon death, the Holy Mother shall judge our souls. To those of pure spirit, her holiness shall be as warm and merciful as the sun. But to those of depravity, her wrath shall echo that of an angry mother to her child.
An angry mother? I was expecting the Founder's judgment to be so down to earth.
The scriptures of Khura'ism were the first in the world to be written such that they would be accessible to the worshippers of all ages.
Wow, that's unexpectedly progressive.
So Amara is claiming that Inga was the sole victim, which fits pretty well with what we know.
But was he really the only one?
What do you mean?
Wasn't there evidence of another victim besides Inga? Someone that we yet to discover? Alright, so let's attack that. This one.
Objection!
I can't believe I'm presenting this. But it proves that there was another victim. Still, the only ones there at the scene of the crime were... No, it can't be. Could Dhurke actually be dead right now and someone had spirit channeled him this entire time? Will the defense care to share something with us? Queen Amara, you knew, didn't you?
Whatever are you talking about?
If you won't tell this to the court, then I will. Well, don't keep us sitting waiting. This case includes the second victim. One of the two people found alive in the tomb after the minister's murder was actually already dead. But a second victim, Apollo. Maybe that's why when Dhurke said he was dying, but he was already dead? Is that the truth? Queen Amara, after your child Mr. Inga moved to the tomb, you vanished from the scene of the crime by channeling the other victim. That explains why no one found you after the murder was discovered.
Oh, you putrid pepper. Of all the half-witted buffoonery to come tumbling from your lips. But suppose I indulge you and play along with your little delusion. Tell me, Mr. Justice, who was the other victim?
That there's no way this can be true. But no, I can't stop now. If this is the truth, it's the only way forward to solving this case. Man, that music. The other victim who Queen Amara channeled was... Listen, son. If you manage to prove me innocent tomorrow, I don't have long to live. There is no escaping death, and that it has a sight set on me. Dhurke knew everything, but he couldn't bring himself to tell me. I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying certain someone if I did. What someone? Maya? He couldn't accuse the love of his life, oh Amara. The sad truth is, the other victim channeled by Amara was...
Take that!
Whoa, you can't. That's not possible.
The defendant, Dhurke Sahdmadhi. is the one Queen Amara channeled. He's the other victim. This is insanity. I agree, but what's the old saying? If you eliminate all possibilities, then the only one that's left must be the truth, no matter how crazy it sounds, or whatever that is. But you know, we're gonna have to leave it out here on this. So much love to you all, my dear friends. Hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazingly awesome day today. And until next time on a continued blind let's play of Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. Oh boy, so long. And take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.